Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the one and only DJ Storms. And welcome back to the Lightning Flash update for your Friday, September 15th, 2017. Almost forgot what date it there was for a second. So, this week, in the world of wrestling, some good, some bad, some hidden gems, and a lot of news, rumors, and reports to go over from multiple reliable sources. So we're going to jump right into the weekly show reviews, and we're going to start off with Raw like we always do. Jason Jordan and Roman Reigns, holy shit, what a physical match that was. Jason Jordan putting on two back-to-back fantastic performances 2 weeks in a row. Roman Reigns obviously won. Cena came out. And he basically stated that all he has to do is let Roman Reigns talk. Roman has his head so far up his ass that he's a one-man human centipede. Roman says WWE does not need John Cena. The sales are good, revenue's fine. Don't necessarily agree with that because the creative decisions have caused WWE to fail to sell out pay-per-views this year, might I add. And in the end, Cena said, "You can call me a drug test because you're not getting past me." I like that little cheap shot right there about the drug test. First match of the night saw Sasha Banks defeat Emma. Nothing really too special there. They hyped up the Fatal 4-Way. I actually have some news on Emma, which I will get to in the news, rumors, and reports section of the video. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman returned, and Heyman basically stated, there's no other worthy challenger other than Braun Strowman. He basically said, when Brock used to step in the Brocktagon, the ref used to go over and he used to say, "Fighter, are you ready?" And he basically said, "Fighter, are you ready? Fight." Strowman came out, and in probably one of the best things that I've ever seen in a long, long time, probably even better than the Samoa Joe Brock Lesnar incident, Braun Strowman got suplexed. And he got straight back up after the suplex and stood toe-to-toe with Brock Lesnar, chokeslammed Brock Lesnar, hit him with a running power slam, and then stood over him with the Universal Championship. Holy shit, what a sight that was. That is a damn good-looking sight. And I hope we see that at No Mercy. Bray Wyatt then defeated Goldust, sent a message to Finn Balor basically saying, "You're just like Finn Balor, Goldust. You hide behind the paint, and you wish the paint would become permanent." And he wipes the paint off of Goldust saying, "It's just a man, you idiots." And then Finn Balor came out just to hype up the match, man to man, at No Mercy. And if things keep up, I think Bray Wyatt might come out the victor in this one. But we're going to have to wait to No Mercy. It was supposed to be Cesaro and the Club, but that turned into a 3-team battle brawl between Ambrose Rollins, the Club, and Cesaro. Then, Kurt Angle stated that you're going to find two partners, and then you're going to face Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Cesaro, and Sheamus. Alright. Asuka, hyped for Monday Night Raw. I don't know when she's coming to Raw. The correct thing to do would be to debut her at Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, which is the next Raw brand exclusive pay-per-view. No Mercy's too early. You just started the video packages. Start building them more and more and more. Then you can have her debut at TLC. Nia Jax announced that she will be facing Alexa Bliss next week. Going to see how that plays out. And one of my favorite guys on Monday Night Raw, Elias. Elias trash-talking Anaheim. It sucks so bad. It sucks so bad. It sucks so bad. It sucks so bad. And that was fantastic. I was laughing my ass off the entire time. I really hope they give Elias a championship sometime in the future, because Elias is a fantastic heel. I swear, I was laughing so hard, bent over crying when he was doing "It Sucks So Bad." And then after that, he defeated Kalisto. I actually thought it was a nice little match that they had going on there. Elias with a fantastic spot as Kalisto was going for a sunset flip powerbomb on Elias. Elias reversed it into a spike powerbomb that shattered Kalisto's spine, literally. And then he won with the drift away neckbreaker. Braun Strowman and John Cena, it didn't really go that long. It ended in Braun Strowman brutalizing John Cena with the steel steps, hitting a running power slam on the steel steps, and sending a message to Brock Lesnar. Raw was a very good show this week, but SmackDown was the better show, and I will state why when we get to SmackDown review. Miz TV hosted a special segment with Enzo Amore, and Miz and Maurice announced that they were having a baby. Congratulations to the Miz and Maurice. I want to send out, like I said, I want to send out my congratulations to him. It's been a long time coming for him. Who knows? Maybe Maurice can finally, she can take a hike from WWE. She can raise the kid, and the Miz will actually grow a pair of balls. Not to like start trouble or anything, but you know, this is a good thing for both Miz and Maurice. Not just because they're having a baby, but now it gives the Miz an opportunity to venture out on his own. Who knows? Maybe the Miz-Taraj will break up. Miz was then interrupted by Enzo, and Enzo was then trash-talked and belittled by the Miz. He brought up the locker room incident and the tour bus incident with Roman Reigns. Miz called Enzo a con artist with catchphrases. And then Enzo basically stated, you know, at least I'm real. I'm my own man. You copy the likes of Chris Jericho and Ric Flair. You're nothing more than a paper champion, and I'll fight you right now. Miz and Enzo then had a match, and it went to a DQ when Enzo perhaps buried the Miz. And I use that term very loosely because, you know, buried is used very loosely around the wrestling community nowadays. But Enzo, with perhaps the most savage thing that has ever come out of his mouth ever since he's been employed by the WWE. You shouldn't be asking how you doing. You should be asking that baby, who's your daddy? Holy shit, Enzo, you got balls, my friend. Good luck in that Cruiserweight Championship match. I'll give you credit for that one. And in the main event, the Hardy Boys and Ambrose and Rollins defeated The Club and Sheamus and Cesaro. This was nothing more than hype for the Tag Team Championship rematch. Was okay, but I really think Cena and Strowman should have main evented. They should have gone longer as well. All in all, it was a decent show. SmackDown Live this week. The theme was Sin City SmackDown. Owens and Daniel Bryan started off the show. And basically, Kevin Owens stated that, you know, I'm going to own this show. This is going to be the Kevin Owens show. Byron and Tom Phillips, you're going to wear one suit. My face is going to be everywhere. Sami Zayn's going to be out of a job. It was very fun. This Kevin Owens is the best Kevin Owens that we've seen ever since the days of NXT. I just got to put that out there. Bryan basically stated that, you know, you don't own anything. I make the decisions around here, and Vince McMahon will be here to address the situation. The first match of the night saw Ty Dillinger and AJ Styles in a very good match compete for the United States Championship. There was a point in this match where I actually thought that Ty Dillinger was going to win the championship, but then they mentioned, you gotta remember, Ty Dillinger exposes the knee for the tiebreaker. He didn't do that. So AJ Styles ended up defeating Ty Dillinger via tap out after Ty tapped out to the calf crusher. Corbin then attacked both men and stated, next week, I'm your opponent, AJ. Now, originally, I thought that they were going to have this match at Hell in a Cell, which they can still have. The United States Championship match next week, it could go to DQ or it could have some type of interference. But I originally thought it was going to be for Hell in a Cell. But it seems like they're setting up for something else. Because Ty Dillinger, he still has a reason to be upset because Baron Corbin has been at his throat for the past 3 weeks. So if my calculations are correct, I can see AJ Styles and Baron Corbin's match next week having an uninvited guest by the name of Ty Dillinger, the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger can get involved, AJ could retain, and we could get a triple threat match for the United States Championship at Hell in a Cell. I would like to see that. I think that would be a phenomenal decision, no pun intended. But all in all, it was a decent segment. Mahal then came out and mocked Shinsuke Nakamura. This was Jinder Mahal, he's kind of fell flat. Like I stated, there's only so far you can go with a guy like Jinder Mahal. I believe he should have lost the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. Hopefully, he'll lose the WWE Championship at Hell in a Cell. Because I really cannot deal with a guy like Jinder Mahal beating the likes of Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura should have been the limit. He got a victory over AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, Randy Orton. Okay. Nakamura? No. A guy like Nakamura, a world-traveled veteran, a guy who literally could kill you. He could kill you with a single knee strike, and Jinder Mahal beats him. Does that make any sense? Really doesn't. The dots do not connect, like I always say. The dots do not connect. But anyway, moving on. New Day then defeated the Usos in a Sin City street fight now. Was the match good? You're damn right it was good. It was one of the best matches on the card for SmackDown Live. It was perhaps the match of the month. I don't think any match is going to top this match other than Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar. But that remains to be seen. It could go 6 minutes like Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire. But here's the deal. It doesn't really matter how good the quality of matches are, because I say this every single time we have a big match. The booking makes or breaks the show, whether it be for pay-per-views, regular shows, special events, live events. It doesn't matter. The booking always makes or breaks the show. I stated that about SummerSlam. I'm going to state that about No Mercy, and I'm going to state that about Hell in a Cell. These past few pay-per-views have really been dependent on the booking. Because if matches are booked wrong, the pay-per-view is going to receive a thumbs down. Plain and simple. The show was not a thumbs down. The outcome of this match was a major thumbs down. This is basically the new Sasha Banks-Charlotte feud. That feud was fucking horrendous. Same thing with this feud. Matches are fantastic. I like the way that they work together. However, in hindsight, what's the point? What's the point if you're just going to keep flip-flopping the titles back and forth? You know what this reminds me of? You know what this really reminds me of? I don't know if you guys noticed, but I actually coined this phrase. I coined this phrase back during Seth Rollins' Money in the Bank briefcase reign. He held it from like June to WrestleMania. And I came up with this phrase. Ever since the Usos lost the WWE Tag Team Championships to Golden Stardust back at Night of Champions in 2014, it started something that I coined the 2-month streak, in which every 2 months the Tag Team Championships would change hands all the way up to SummerSlam 2015 with the New Day. That's what this is reminding me of. Only this time it's not 2 months, it's every month. You're going to have the New Day and the Usos trade the championships every month. I mean, at this rate, it looks that way because they're going to break up the Hype Bros. Why do you keep on recycling the same exact storylines over and over again? Just because they were good once doesn't mean they're always going to be good again if you don't have new superstars get involved. New superstars need to get involved with these past veterans in order for them to be considered credible opponents. How are the Hype Bros supposed to be considered credible opponents if they're not getting involved in the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship picture? We already know that the New Day are credible opponents because they're multiple-time tag team champions. Kofi Kingston is a former Intercontinental Champion and U.S. Champion. Big E's a former Intercontinental Champion and NXT Champion. We already know the New Day's credible. We already know the Usos are credible. But why not give us relatively unknowns? Relatively unknowns to the tag team title picture, like the Hype Bros, or like Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. I'm glad that they're a tag team. What was the point of giving the Usos the SmackDown Live tag team titles at SummerSlam to begin with? Same thing with Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss. What, because you're that desperate for ratings that you need to flip-flop the championships like hot potato? It's little things like that. Little things like that really get under my skin. I really hope Hell in a Cell's the final nail in the coffin, and whoever wins that match, and we don't see another match between those two for a while. Because here's what I like. What I really like is to have a championship have at least a 5-month reign. 4 or 5-month reign with that one person. I want a guy like, even Jinder Mahal, even though his reign hasn't been all that exciting, his reign has been decently lengthed. Same thing with Kalisto's United States Championship reign, or Roman Reigns' United States Championship reign. All those championship reigns were, not that exciting, but at least they were lengthy. Why is it that whenever we get a champion that we want to see, and their reign is fantastic in every single way, shape, or form, why is their reign all of a sudden cut short? Happened to Kevin Owens this year. He shouldn't have been a 3-time United States champion. He should have only been a 1-time United States champion. Same thing with AJ Styles. Kevin Owens should have won the championship at WrestleMania, which he did. He should have retained it against Chris Jericho at Payback, retained it against AJ Styles at Backlash, retained it against Chad Gable on SmackDown, and he should have dropped it to AJ Styles at Battleground. That's how you should have booked Kevin Owens. But instead, you booked him to have a 1-month reign, lose it to Chris Jericho, get it back from Chris Jericho, lose it to AJ Styles, get it back from AJ Styles, lose it to AJ Styles. Hot potatoing the U.S. title, you hot potatoed the Cruiserweight Championship, the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles, the Women's title. When is the hot potatoing going to stop? You don't see NXT hot potatoing the championships. But anyway, I'm not going to get too much into that. Moving on, Natalya then defeated Naomi in a rematch for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Decent match. I like that Natalya's getting a more lengthier run with the championship. Dolph Ziggler then had another mental breakdown and started mocking numerous WWE superstars. He mimicked Bayley, or Dolphy. He mimicked the Ultimate Warrior, or which many people on Twitter coined it, the Ultimate Ziggler. Anyone can do what I just did. Nobody can ever do what I do in the ring. Obviously, this is all leading to Dolph Ziggler versus Bobby Roode, which I believe the match should be confirmed by next week. Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable defeated the Hype Bros, and Zack Ryder walked out. And then later that night, he tweeted, "I don't even know anymore." Could we be seeing the breakup of the Hype Bros? Possibly. And then in the main event segment, Vince McMahon returned, and he announced Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens inside Hell in a Cell. Owens then busted Vince McMahon open with a headbutt, super kicked him, and frog splashed him. Fantastic segment. I loved every moment of it. After SmackDown, we had 2 more shows. We had the finals of the Mae Young Classic, in which Kairi Sane defeated Shayna Baszler to win the Mae Young Classic in a very, very, very good match. And then later that night, Triple H announced that Kairi Sane will be competing at NXT TakeOver Houston for the NXT Women's Championship. And then on 205 Live, Rich Swann defeated TJP, and it was a very good match. These two are very underrated. It's too bad that not a lot of people really cared about that match. They kind of got overshadowed by the Mae Young Classic. Drew Gulak's presentation of a better 205 Live. Drew Gulak for a better 205 Live. You know, Vince McMahon's theme song states no chance in hell. I'm slowly starting to get into Drew Gulak's gimmick. But they were interrupted by Breezango and Fandango, perhaps one of the funniest guys on the WWE roster today. It led to Fandango doing some type of rub shit on Drew Gulak, which resulted in Drew Gulak shoving him out of the way, and he was arrested by Breezango. And Tyler Breeze read him his fashion rights. You have the right to remain stylish. Anything you wear can and will be seen in a mirror. How can you not laugh at that? How can you not laugh at that? Fantastic. And then in the main event, Cedric Alexander and the Brian Kendrick was interrupted by Jack Gallagher. We thought he was coming for Brian Kendrick, but then he attacked Alexander. And he aligned with Kendrick. This is very interesting. This is out of the norm for Jack Gallagher. And he was doing pretty well. He kept that straight face, the poised look, or the look of the devil in his eyes. It was a fantastic segment. I'm looking forward to see what they do with Jack Gallagher now that he's a heel. And then on NXT, Ruby Riott defeated the iconic duo of Billie Kay and Peyton Royce with help from Nikki Cross. I'm not sure where this is leading to, but most likely it's probably leading to one of them getting involved in the NXT Women's Championship picture, or at least that's what I think. No Way Jose was interviewed backstage, and he stated that, I want Lars Sullivan. I want Lars Sullivan in a match next week, and he got it. Johnny Gargano defeated Riddick Moss. Riddick Moss, he's not too bad in the ring. He's slowly coming around. He's slowly coming around to that powerhouse aspect. He's going to be treated like a powerhouse, and possibly maybe in the future, Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss will be over as jacked up big guy heels that they'll challenge for the NXT Tag Team Championships in the future, probably against the Street Profits. And speaking of the Street Profits, they bring the swag like nobody can. They defeated the Ely brothers, and wow, Angelo Dawkins, man, do not touch his headbands. Do not touch his headbands. They won with the corkscrew splash, pop-up spinebuster frog splash combination, and the Street Profits. In just 3 weeks, they're one of the hottest things on NXT. Fantastic. I cannot wait until the Street Profits challenge for the NXT Tag Team Championships. I cannot wait. And then in the main event, Pete Dunne defeated Wolfgang in a match for the United Kingdom Championship. It was a fantastic match. Those two worked very well together, and in the end, Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly attacked Dunne and Wolfgang, laid out Wolfgang, and Tyler Bate and Trent Seven came out to help him. Where is this leading to? I'm thinking it could lead to a 6-man tag team match at NXT TakeOver Houston. Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly versus Trent Seven, Tyler Bate, and Wolfgang. I would not mind that. And maybe Pete Dunne could defend the United Kingdom Championship against Mark Andrews. I would very much enjoy that. A lot of interesting stuff going on in NXT. Now, let's get into the news, rumors, and reports, shall we? So, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, by way of 411mania.com, the current plans to have the Four Horsewomen of MMA face the Four Horsewomen of WWE NXT at Survivor Series have been penciled in. So it's not completely confirmed, but it's more than likely. It's more than likely going to happen. And Ronda Rousey, who has begun her training with the Brian Kendrick for about a couple months now, is rumored to have a singles match at WrestleMania 34, with the likely opponent being either Stephanie McMahon or Charlotte Flair. I actually agree with this plan, because whether you want to admit it or not, Yeah, Four Horsewomen of MMA versus the Four Horsewomen of NXT. Yeah, it's a big deal, and it's a dream match that a lot of people want to see. But WrestleMania is not really the time and place to have it. Number one, because WrestleMania should always be about wrestling. That's why I really don't like celebrities getting involved in these big time pay-per-views. I'm alright with them having a few minutes, 10, 15 minutes on Monday Night Raw or Smackdown, but in hindsight, no. WrestleMania, no. SummerSlam, no. Not the time and place for him. Now, it's time for my annual Slice Wrestling shout-out. Mr. Slice. Hashtag Slice Knows. Follow him at Slice Wrestling. He has got a number of news, rumors, and reports today. Number one, he reported that Samoa Joe's new expected return time is now late October, which would be perfect timing, so that way he would be back in time for the road to Survivor Series. That's fantastic news because Samoa Joe has been out for about 3-4 weeks now with an ankle injury. He injured it at a live event, the same event that Xavier Woods injured his knee at. Slice Wrestling also reported that WWE have plans for Asuka's debut on Raw, which include her crushing her first opponents before targeting the Raw Women's Championship. And I also have a report from Cage Side Seats, Randall Ortman, that also ties into Slice Wrestling's report. And Cage Side Seats' Randall Ortman reported that Emma is supposedly feuding with Asuka when she debuts on Raw, so she will not be taking the pin at No Mercy in the Raw Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way. I have some very interesting news going on in the world of Lucha Underground. According to PW Insider, Rey Mysterio is going to focus on training his son to become a wrestler. Could we possibly see Dominic in the WWE? We're going to have to wait and see. Or maybe even in Lucha Underground. I got some more reports from Cage Side Seats. And Cage Side Seats reported that The Miz versus Jason Jordan is apparently still on the table as a possible Intercontinental title program. Could we possibly be seeing The Miz and Jason Jordan at No Mercy for the Intercontinental Championship? It seems like the only logical choice because Jason Jordan, he's been opening a lot of eyes in his matches with John Cena and Roman Reigns, so it would only make sense for Jason Jordan to challenge The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. And my final report of the day comes from PWInsider.com, and they reported that the WWE is planning to film their annual Tribute to the Troops special on Tuesday, December 5th, as a part of Smackdown Live TV event in San Diego, California, at the Valley View Casino Center. However, there is no word on when the special will air. My guess it's probably going to air sometime between the Smackdown Live exclusive pay-per-view Clash of Champions and Christmas. And ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up this edition of the Lightning Flash Update. I would like to thank each and every one of you who tuned in to watch this video live. Y'all already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at DDub316. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at #1 WWE fan. Do not forget to check out the Lightning Flash Update last week. If you missed it, it is on the channel up now. Till next time, I'm the one and only DJ Storms, Mr. Controversy, and the operator of the best damn Twitter handle known to mankind. This has been the Lightning Flash Update. You guys have a great weekend.